Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Don't forget to subscribe. I continuously see that I can see it on the metrics that a large number of people who watch the channel daily are not subscribed, so you know. I feel like I'm in some kind of like a fever dream, or like, I mean, all of you would tell me like if I was like stuck in the Matrix, like with that thing in the back of my neck, right? You'd let me know, because it feels almost like a dream in a multitude of ways. When I got into crypto 8,000 years ago, there was no prospectus that we'd be where we are right now. Now, if that makes any sense. It should, because I'm speaking English. It's this really weird, like, it feels like we've been given access to some kind of like, not a cheat code for a video game, but like the news that we get every single day is constantly insane. It's never like normal. It's nothing anything like, oh, okay, whatever. If you missed the last couple of videos between the price predictions, the accumulation levels, the countries who are buying up Bitcoin, mining Bitcoin, using Bitcoin, which is also a thing. And then if you've been missing like all the states within the states who are like also like creating like Bitcoin strategic reserves. At the beginning of 2024, I had a general idea as to like where the market was going to go, the space was going to go, like that kind of thing. But I keep getting like sent for a loop almost every single day. You know that there's not a lot of Bitcoin left, right? I don't know if you've heard me say that like 187 times just in 2024. But what keeps happening is that companies keep announcing that they're getting into the space and that they're buying up crypto, and then countries are doing it in states. You get the general idea. The problem is that there's not a lot of Bitcoin left. I don't know if I ever said those words. Because mainly, if we are talking about a situation where apparently 4 to 6 million Bitcoin are lost and gone forever, that's essentially a lot of Bitcoin that billions of people will never actually have access to. So just take them right off the table. And then you go to the fact that these companies are buying like all this Bitcoin all the time. And then you go, maybe that's too much Bitcoin that they're buying at one time, because like what happens to everyone else? One of my main, I'll say the word goal, I would love, part of the reason for me making both of these channels, the other one is called Modern Investor, is that I want the general public to know what's going on. When I say like we have access to all this information, like that's kind of what drives me insane, because I sit there and I go, no one knows what's happening. No one knows what's going on. So I make daily news so that everyone is constantly well informed, because I remember years ago learning about investing and then telling people about it like years later. And I felt like in some way, like I had waited too long. Like I was like, I should have told them when I learned about it, but they also never got into investing, like not even crypto, because they'd other place mentally. But it's this kind of thing where I wonder like when the like crunch for individual people will take place. So for me, years ago, I don't know if you remember, on one of my first videos on the other channel, there was a, gosh, what is it? One of the billionaires. I want to say the guy who made Virgin Airlines. I want to say that's it. He had a private party on his island years ago, and he only invited Bitcoin developers. And I was like, well, why the fudge would you do that? That sent off alarm bells in my head, begun to dig deeper. And then finally at the end of 2016, I was like, I'm going to make a YouTube channel about all these things, because the crypto is very fascinating. Like where's this all going? And then you read and you hear all the news that's happening, and it goes, oh my gosh, this is going to be absolutely incredibly amazing. People were talking about Bitcoin going to $30,000, and people were like, that can never happen. Its market cap would have to be too high. People talked about 100K. Never gonna happen. Now we're talking about Bitcoin going to like $11 million. And I'm noticing far more that can never happen. It's more like let me also check and see which direction that's going to actually happen from. When I keep hearing that these companies are buying up all the Bitcoin, I think it's doing something to me mentally, just because I know that every purchase is, I don't want to say the word taking away, the possibility of normal people ever having 1 million Satoshis, gone. I mean, like completely not even within our realm of possibility anymore. I mentioned that before as well. If you have over 1 million Satoshis, you are farther ahead than hundreds of millions of billions of people. You need to understand that it's a very important thing, especially with news like this. This is a little smidge of what I like to call news I missed, where I go over news I missed. MicroStrategy is in the news again. The problem is that I can't keep up anymore because MicroStrategy was in the news, I want to say every 6 weeks. Michael Saylor would say something interesting, and then a couple weeks later, they'd be like, oh, we bought 4,000 Bitcoin. Everyone's like, woo, that's a lot of money. Like that kind of thing. And then that transformed into like larger purchases and like they're more prominent. A lot of discussions about MicroStrategy and their company and their stock and all these other valuations and stuff like that. But we've gotten to the point where their acquisitions are like staggering. There's only 450 Bitcoin made per day. 450 Bitcoin made per day. There are only 450 BTC created every 24 hours. Keeping in mind that if those coins are sold by the people who are mining them, remember where those coins go? They go to banks. Yeah, for those of you who missed that news story sometime in summer of 2024, we heard from a lot of the mining companies who said that large banks had gone to them exclusively and said, if you sell anything, sell it to us. The problem is that people who are mining it, they're mining it for themselves. They're not trying to sell anything. They want all this precious Bitcoin and all the precious Satoshis for themselves. So that 450 Bitcoin is not, no, it's not entering the market. Almost hurt my neck. It's not entering the market every day. We know this for a fact. Like we can see the actual numbers. So 450 created, maybe 50 to 100 actually entering the market. And then you also have the ETFs. Remember those who are accumulating like 8, 9, 10, 11, 13 times the amount of Bitcoin created per day. Not that's entering the market, that's created per day. 450 Bitcoin. MicroStrategy just purchased another 21,550 Bitcoin. 21,550 Bitcoin in one fell swoop. If you weren't here before, we also just heard that they also just purchased another 55,500 Bitcoin. We know that we know for a fact MicroStrategy is trying to front run the United States in their purchases because MicroStrategy wants to have more Bitcoin than the United States, which is probably going to happen. When this information came out, MicroStrategy is currently holding 423,650 Bitcoin. We know that they're planning on purchasing more even within the next couple of days because they're trying to front run the United States. MicroStrategy does it even have the number here? Hold on. Wait for it. Blah, 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 blah. So and so. 26. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So the theory has been that MicroStrategy is trying to accumulate 1 million Bitcoin, and they're almost halfway there. We know that 2025 and 2026, I'm sure they're working on this right now. They're trying to accumulate another $42 billion, and they're going to throw all that money into Bitcoin as well. So as it stands right now, MicroStrategy, by the end of 2025, I do not think it's going to take them until 2026. No. They're going to have over 1 million Bitcoin, which means at some point by the year 2028, 2029, MicroStrategy is going to have more Bitcoin than Satoshi Nakamoto. We also know, and haven't heard about this in a while, but Michael Saylor also has like over 100,000 Bitcoin just for himself. So when the next state announces they're going to be buying Bitcoin, when the US says they're going to be buying Bitcoin, when Panama announces they're going to be buying Bitcoin, there's probably not going to be any Bitcoin left. And that's going to be a major shock, not only for millionaires and billionaires, but also probably you and your friends and your family. Because the idea has constantly been this like weird like idea of abundance for Bitcoin, because we're not used to the idea of like general or like extreme scarcity. We know we have supermarkets. You know, you can go buy a new car when you want to. There are other apartments where you can go live. When this is gone, this is gone. When Bitcoin hits $1 million, it's because of this actual scarcity. Michael Saylor also recently mentioned he's expecting Bitcoin to go to $13 million a coin in like the next decade and a half. Hope you all enjoyed this constant, what's the word? It's not rambunctious. Ridiculous, intense. I'll use the word intense. News that we're getting every single day. Do you understand what it means for this company to half 1 million Bitcoin? Do you know how much money that is? If Bitcoin goes to $8 million, do you know how rich this one company will be? I hope everyone's been paying attention. I can only hope at this point, because if not, what are we going to do? What are we going to do if no one's paying attention to everything that's actually going on? Every single day, we keep getting news like this. I hope my New Year's wish, my New Year's April Fools, I don't know what's going on, is that people around the world will get it and click. I want 2025. I want to hear that there's 1 billion new people in Bitcoin buying 1 million Satoshis, buying 300,000 Satoshis, because that's all that there's going to be left for them. One company, they're going to have 1 million Bitcoin. And we are going to have 50 million people in crypto right now who are still not going to pay attention. Well, I think that's going to do it for this video. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I hope you all got something from it. I hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I hope you're paying attention. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.